Today is looking pretty darn green. Bitcoin bulls are back. Bitcoin is right below $30,000 once again. So what's prompting this? Why are the bulls back and why are so many bears getting liquidated once again? Well, let's discuss all these things and more. This right here, First Republic Bank, okay? Just when people thought the government bailed out all the banks and there's nothing to worry about, well, First Republic is still looking bad. Yesterday went down 50%. Today, still down 12%. And many are thinking that FDIC and or Fed will step in and take over ASAP. That's because their deposits are dwindling. People are pulling their money out. Why would you leave it in there, first of all, if you had any doubt about the bank and their solvency and whether or not they're going to be around in a month, right? Of course, no one would put their money in there. And of course, when banks are struggling, where else you go park your money? Bitcoin. Well, at least for some, right? This new narrative is starting to play out. Bank failures, distrust in banks helps Bitcoin. And some people discard that, say, no, I don't think it's that. No, I mean, it plays a big part. I mean, this is pretty obvious. If you have more bank fears going on right now, Bitcoin starts going up, there is definitely a correlation. What about this whole notion of just this debt ceiling? You know, this was talked about early on in the year, right? Like around December, January time. And people kind of forgot about it, right? But this debt ceiling thing needs to be resolved ASAP in the US. This is coming up. I think it's in June. Okay, so we're almost in May. So this is coming up. And Yellen keeps saying, if we don't raise the debt ceiling, there will be an economic catastrophe in the U.S., okay? It will be Armageddon because we have never, ever, ever defaulted, and it would lead to a cascading, cascading downfall where, you know, the bond market would crash, our credit rating would crash, and we would no longer be able to borrow all the money we need in the future, right? I mean, if you think about it, short-term pains may be better for long-term, right? Maybe if we stood our ground and said no more, okay, no more irresponsible spending, we can't just print trillions more, maybe in the long run that would actually be good, but you know that that's not going to happen. No one wants to deal with it. People just say, just leave it for future generations. Everyone will just continue to vote on, yes, increasing the ceiling. Let's just print more money out. It's okay, right? We'll figure it out later, or future generations will, right? But this is also what's happening right now that I believe is helping the Bitcoin narrative, right? And people are learning about inflation. Why does inflation happen? Well, mostly because of irresponsible spending and overprinting. So you got billionaire investor Stanley Druckenmiller, who is a big Bitcoin bull now. He's like, I'm all in on Bitcoin. He's shorting the dollar because he does not agree with the Fed, and he believes that the Fed is weaponizing the currency. That's a strong word. Weaponizing. You got a lot of shorts wrecked once again. Again, it boggles my mind why anyone would want to short Bitcoin. If you're a degen expert trader, maybe, but you have, again, like 100 million plus of shorts wrecked and liquidated, and I'm okay with that. You know, I'm not going to shed any tears for the shorters of Bitcoin. And as Bitcoin comes to higher and we go above 30,000 and go to 40,000, we will see more shorts get wrecked. Holders are just like, you know, their conviction and faith has never been higher. You go back, you look at a supply of Bitcoin held for 5+ years or 3+ years or 2+ years or even 1+ year, they're all at all-time high. Okay, and if this had one for 10+ years, it would be at all-time high. Holders are they're just holding more. They're DCAing. Most of you guys in here are DCAing with me, right? Continue to DCA regardless of the price, regardless of what's going on, because we know Bitcoin is the way. Even when the Feds finally, thinks they have done enough, right, and inflation is down, the rate of inflation is 2 to 3%. That's what they want. It's never at 0% because they feel like if it's at 0%, then that's bad. You have to inflate it, right? So every currency on earth is being inflated every single year. So if you think, this will go away, no, it's never going to go away. And here's a reminder from Plan B. There's 56 million millionaires out there, at least according to 2020. So this may be a little bit higher. Since 2020, maybe there's more millionaires, or maybe there's less. I don't know. But regardless, there's more millionaires out there than the number of Bitcoins out there, okay? There's only about 19.5 million Bitcoins, but there's 56 million millionaires. Again, do the math. There's not enough Bitcoin for every millionaire out on the planet. But what about the billionaires and the trillionaires and whoever else? There's definitely not enough. So just think about that. Think about the day when all the millionaires out there are fighting for Bitcoin, and then you have all the billionaires fighting for a ton of Bitcoin, and then you have countries and trillionaires that are fighting for Bitcoin too. By then, everyone's fighting for sats. They're not even fighting for whole Bitcoins anymore. They're fighting for individual sats. And right now, I've shown this before, Bitcoin's current trajectory, short term, is very similar to 2019. Although a little bit extended, but, history doesn't repeat, but it tends to rhyme, and it's looking like it's rhyming right now. And if that's the case, then our next stop is probably in the 40s and 50s. So that's also fantastic. And if you look at it from a longer perspective, okay, this is where we are in the cycle. We have entered the new bull cycle. I've been arguing this for a while, okay? We're out. We're out from the bottom. We are in a new bull cycle. We're just not at the tail end bull run, okay? But we're in the bull cycle already. There's no doubt about it. And this confirms it too, that we're in the green and it's just getting started. And according to this, Bitcoin will end at 350,000 by the end of 2025, okay? That's more than 10x from its current level right now. Think about that. 10x. And if Bitcoin could do a 10x, what's Ethereum going to do? What's Cardano going to do? What's XRP going to do if they win that lawsuit? Right? What is Avalanche and Polygon and Solana and everyone else? What are they going to do? A 20x? 30x? Hey, maybe in the books. So, buckle up and strap on.